if Arachne flipped into Borat, would they be Arachne, Mary, and not Fresh and Buds now?
Fresh and
All right, folks, welcome back to yet another episode of Fresh and Buds. I'm your host, Tommy Fresh, and you are all my buds. It is episode 245, and we are welcoming to the show for the first time Taylor Crawford. How's it going? Welcome to the show.
Dude, 245 is insane.
Yeah.
Dude, that's it. That's an insane number. You ever sit back and you're like, oh man, dude, you're 5 away from 250?
Oh yeah, wow. Oh wow, dude. 250. Just like
what do you do for 250?
Probably if I had to guess, well, when is 250? That might be the Omen set review. So that's pretty cool. That's a good one to do, I guess, but we'll see. It is a lot. But we're gonna keep it rolling. And today we're gonna keep it rolling with you. And before we do any real flesh and blood talk, we gotta get to know you, Taylor.
There's not much to know. I'm just a content creator. That's it, dude.
No,
I used to be good at the game, but
no.
I just make a podcast now with with Sam and Zach. That's all I do.
Well, there's more to it. There's nuance, Taylor. We got it. We have to get into the nitty gritty here. Let's take a step back. The Taylor Crawford story. When did trading card games, enter your life?
In college, my senior year, I had a buddy. He came home one day with a box of Omniket Magic cards. And he's like, hey, you want to sit down and play some games? And I played it, and I was like, this game is dog water. But I kept the box of cards. So about a year later, after college, I'm going through my attic and stuff, and I see this box of Omniket cards. And my wife was like, honey, what's that? And I was like, oh, it's a relic of the past, sweetheart. I dust it off like an old, like the Jumanji book. I'm like, oh, there it is. So we pull it open. She started looking at the cards. She's like, this is cool. So we sit down, we play a few games. We're like, it's not a zombie game or whatever with Omniket. She's like, this is really fun. Let's go to a local card store and see if they have any cards. So we go there and we buy a box of Ravnica at the time. And we open up cards. We're looking at each card. We're like, oh, look at this green card. And there's a black one. Whoa, this one kills creatures. And I was like, this is awesome. So we start playing casually. We play standard. She is much better than me at Magic. It's actually where this is going to come in a second. This is a Magic card. About the time I start playing, there's a format called Pioneer. It's like a kind of like a non-rotating post-standard format. And I start playing, and I do pretty well. I do pretty well at SCG invitational qualifiers and stuff like that. With 5-color Niv Mizzet, which is like this rainbow color deck. So I continue to play. I move into Modern. I move into CDH. CDH happens. And then I meet a guy named Aaron Grace. And we become best friends. We hang out every day. We talk, blah, blah, blah. And one day he comes to the store with his buddy. And he's like, hey, I have this box of, Arcane Rising, Flesh and Blood. I was like, okay, this looks cool. I'll play a game. And I draft. And I think it's 6 of us, and we draft Arcane Rising, which is like the worst mistake you can make in any world possible. Because I'm like, oh man, dude, this Kano guy looks sweet. I'm gonna try to draft him, and I don't know the rules. I'm like pitching to block cards. It was like bad. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, this guy sucks. And then he's like, he gets stuck on Azalea, and he like live dominates in arrows to kill his opponent. And he's like, I love this game, and I'm like, activate Kano, play this awful non-attack off the top of my deck. Dude, this hero sucks. And I don't pick up the game for like 2 or 3 months. But he goes in deep. I'm talking EA scar for scars off the bat. Just, skull cap at the time. And he's like, dude, this is the greatest game ever. And I was like, no, I'm going to continue playing my game. Until one day, about 3 or 4 months after that, he goes, do you want to come to Vegas with me? We're going to a calling. The first ever Nationals calling. And I was like, you know what? I would love to go to Vegas. I go there for the Tales of Aria pre-release, and we have a great time. And then we land back here, and I didn't play in it. He literally handed me $60. He's like, go open up 6 packs at the world premiere and give me all your cards afterwards. I was like, dude, this is awesome. So I do that. I hand him all the cards. And then I start seeing how much fun our buddies are now playing. And I'm like, oh, I have to play, but I hate this hero named Kano. So now he's a little bit more like into the game, and I tell him about the first experience, about how awful it was. He's like, dude, Kano sucks ass. He's like, well, that was an awful experience. I'm sorry that we did this to you. So I pick up the game and I'm like, teach me, senpai, please. So we sit down for like 4 or 5 months and we just play 100,000 games, it felt like. And that's literally how I got into Flesh and Blood, was just I didn't want to become a loser with all my buddies. It's that simple, peer pressure. Just bully people into playing Flesh and Blood. It's not that hard.
Listen, I try that every day. Every day I'm bullying more and more people, and hopefully it's working. No, that's an awesome story, because it's so funny, like, because your friend also was like, Azalea, this is amazing, and then like Azalea was not really that good then.
No, at all. It was an awful first. He actually ended up playing Mono Prism until Prism LL by the end of it. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
that deck
he didn't stay on his own. That was a one-time thing, I promise.
Well, that's really cool, and you know, obviously, you have a pretty long story with Flesh and Blood. I mean, I love hearing about people going to that Tales of Aria world premiere, because I didn't go, but I was playing at the time, and I remember I was like, oh yeah, that should be cool. Like, you know, hopefully people have a good time. Hopefully there's a good turnout. And then I think like 900 people played the actual world premiere part.
Yeah.
I think it was like less for the calling, but like people were like showed up to open those packs, which is really cool. Now, going into like you're into the game, right? You've been playing. You don't play more Kano, which is fine, you know. And at what point were you like, I'm kind of interested in some content creation?
Oh, okay. Content is a funny story. 'Cause what happened was, I was kind of middling on content. Aaron did not like content, and that's fine. But I was like, you know what? It'd be really cool, because I watch these guys, Nathan Crawford, Josh Lau, and those guys. And I was like, I want to make content like that. But then I was always like, I'm too lazy to make content like that. But I became good friends with Nathan after I played him at Calling Baltimore. I played him like round 2 or something. I had a good day that day. And we start talking afterwards. And then eventually they're like, hey, do you want to become a card guy? And I was like, you know what? I will become a card guy. I've had a pretty good season. It sounds like a great time. So me and Aaron become card guys for, I think, 2 years. And then in the card guys, I was like, I'll do some content. You guys can help me set it up, because it's a lot less intimidating whenever you have this team behind you that loves to do this kind of stuff. So I did some streaming. I did some videos for them and stuff like that. But I really found my stuff whenever we did the podcast. And that was kind of like my first big thing, is like, I wanted to do content that didn't absorb my life, but also allowed me to express who I am and my aspirations for what I want to be doing in the game. And podcasting was like the perfect place to be.
Well, listen, brother, you're here. This is a podcast right now. And
dude,
we're
I know,
doing
this is sweet.
It's
awesome.
We're just, I do love that you're like, do you want to be a card guy? And you're like, yes. Like, that is, like, I'm a guy and I like cards. Sign me up.
It was the perfect match at the time. Like, it was perfect.
Now, let's talk about the podcast. What would be the elevator pitch for you to people? Because, like, I find myself, like, I'll play people and I'm like, oh, just so you know, if you're ever interested in content, here's my podcast,
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what was it about? I'm like, oh, pretty much nothing. No. But I'm always interested to hear what other people say their elevator pitch is.
So, going into the podcast, I wanted to make a podcast in which you sit down and you listen to it, and you're at a dinner table with, some of your buddies afterwards, after a good day of Flesh and Blood at like a calling, and it's just 3 dudes shooting the shit, and that's it. And then you're just at the table there with us, listening to us. There's no structure to it. you know, we have an agenda, but we don't. But we allow tangents. You know,
Yeah.
we want people to come sit down at the table with us and just talk about things. There's no. We're not here to make any judgment calls. We'll give you hot takes that are completely incorrect because we're not, Michael Hamilton or Pablo Pintor. But we're just three dudes that love the game. We want to open up a beer and hang out and chill. And that's literally what we do.
It's amazing.
It's just all fun. It's all fun. It's sometimes we get to play pretty well. Sometimes. But that's a rare occasion.
That's all right. Listen, I know there's ups and downs. There's always ups and downs. Now, speaking of playing well, you've had some hot runs in the past, but what are the aspirations of playing in the future?
So, one day I want to top 8 a Pro Tour.
That's a good
I think that's pretty reasonable. Yeah. And finally win a calling after a couple close calls. Mm-hmm. I would like to actually win one. That'd be nice. I would like to have a EA, whatever the gold foil is. Mm-hmm. I think, though, if I ever won the Pro Tour, I think in the winning interview, I would probably just retire from Fab. Because, I'm like, that's it. I'm done. That's the one thing I've always told myself. I was like, if I ever win a Pro Tour or Worlds, I'm retiring in the winning.
At the top.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is it. I was like, I literally can only get worse from here. I'm done. Thank you.
You know what? I also think about what I would say if I won a Pro Tour, but I think it would be more like Notorious B.I.G. This is like to all the people, all the teachers that said I couldn't amount to anything. It'd be like a real, embarrassing moment for me. But
that'd be awesome though, dude. I went to Battle Hard back in the day, and they asked me, what am I going to do after this? And it's like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, I'm going to go take Benadryl and hit the hay. And they're like, that's not usually the answer we get. I was like, I'm tired as hell, dude. I was like, I've been here for 12 hours. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Benadryl and hit the hay. I mean, you weren't tired enough already?
No, dude, have you ever been tired and then took Sequel? Oh my God, dude, you sit there and you try to stay awake and you fight your demons. You grip onto the couch and you go, I'm gonna stay awake for 15 minutes. And you just stare at your television, just.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do have trouble sleeping sometimes, but maybe I'll I gotta mix the antihistamines back into my diet. You've convinced me.
Take some, take like a daily melatonin, 200 milligrams, 2 milligrams. Just start microdosing.
Microdosing the tonin.
Microdosing melatonin.
No man. Tommy, you're pretty low key today. Yeah, microdosing. You're like, oh wow, microdosing what? Melatonin.
1 milligram in the morning, 2 at night.
Yeah, 2 at night.
Keep it easy.
Keep it even. I get crazy. I mix in magnesium sometimes. It gets wild.
Oh, dude, you have some crazy dreams.
Yeah. You know what? It's nice to dream. That's what they say. So, speaking of dreams, I had a dream that you were going to come on this podcast and tell me your fresh faves. These are your favorite cards in the game, and I know you're prepared. You did a lot of research on this. So we're going to hop right into it. Taylor, who's your favorite hero?
Okay. Lexi or Marlin? I think I'm going to have to go Marlin.
Whoa. Okay.
Last year's been devoted strictly to Marlin.
How do you feel she's positioned right now?
Okay. Every time I say she's good, she's absolute dog shit. So I'm going to say she's middling, and then I might get her at middling.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Meet in the middle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Listen, I've been on the receiving end of some rough Marlin games, on both sides, which is,
dude.
Yeah. Now,
all 3 Oak Pass, and you're like, nice. Good, nice deck there.
Well, usually it feels the best when I'm like, yeah, oh man, what are you attacking with? Buzzsaw Trap. Gotcha.
I would be punching a wall if someone ever did that. I'll block 3. I was like, no, don't you do it.
No,
don't you do it.
Here comes the saw. Now, what's your favorite weapon?
Voltaire, easily. Card is so cool. I love Go Again. Love +1. I love activating things twice as it at instant speed, dude. It's
pretty good.
Perfect.
That one was pretty. Like I think it may be too good, right? I mean, like there was some crazy stuff in that set.
I think for Fab 1.0, it was fine because you're
Yeah.
like comparing it to like Thorn, Winter's Well, Duskblade, of course, which are all in the same set. But like out of the set, it's like the worst one. I think like if we're looking at like Fab 3.0, which we're in now, I think it would be like twice on your turn, you can only pick the same one instant or something like that. It'd be like way more balanced. It'd be a completely different card.
Yeah, yeah.
But like for the time that it was legal, I think it was pretty good. But as Heroes LL and stuff, it definitely started to just show how powerful it actually was.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of like showed how great Tales of Aria, or like how powerful Tales of Aria was, right? Like when the other ones
we're gonna ban two Tales of Aria Majestics. We're gonna let this one legal, and then we're gonna have Rosetta Thorn just be banned in Living Legend because it's so powerful. It's like, wow, even the tokens are just getting hit.
Yeah. It's wild. Now, what's your favorite equipment?
Oh, Trench of Sunken Treasure or Gold Baited Hook.
Oh, I thought I was gonna stop you at Trench because
Dude, Trench is sweet. Trench has the best artwork in Fab. I will argue with people this all day. It's like the angle. It's the just everything about dude. In the EA Cold Foil is like one of the sickest looking cards ever.
Very nice.
It's like one of those cards that your opponent has over there, and you have to like grab and like, oh, let me see that. Holy crap! I think I would go with Trench.
Trench is great. Trench is great. I'm a Trench believer, truther in Riptide, and I always will be. So, and it's always fun when I see it show up in a different Ranger too. 'Cause I'm like, oh, look at you guys, like trying to, play with something that's meant for Riptide. Now, what's your favorite class and or talent card?
Ooh, card? Oh, Dude, I never even thought. Okay, I think Arc Lightning, actually. I was kind of out of the blue. I love Arc Lightning. I don't know why.
It's a cool card.
Every time I play it, I just have so much fun.
Listen, I'm not going to fault you on it. I don't think I remember the text on it right now.
Oh, okay. So Arc Lightning is the next thing you play has Go Again.
Yes.
Whenever Go Again resolves, deal 1 arcane damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like the really boring answer, I know, but it's the fun answer.
Listen, I don't think it's that boring because I had tried to erase Aurora from my mind. So, I did love with that card that you could, I think like in Limited, like if you got it right, like you would like make sure you got certain equipment that had said Go Again on it and stuff like that just to get the extra pings. It was neat. Now, what's your favorite generic card? Bonus points if it blocks for 2.
Premeditate. I'm slapping that one instantly.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I love... Premeditate's like a 0 for 6, essentially. Dude, this card's sick.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, golly, when that was printed, it was like... I mean, first of all, I love the Ponder Run kind of references. And for the people who don't know what that means, there used to be a card called Plunder Run that was banned because it was when the next time an attack hit... you drew a card, which was wild. But those are the... dude,
that card was so sweet. I don't even think that card would be good anymore. I think you could unban that card. I know it's crazy.
Plunder?
Like, who's using it that's actually, like, scary?
Like, that's Syndra actually scary?
It's like, maybe Syndra if she gets to actually Arsenal it, but that's super awkward. It's like...
yeah, you had to play it from Arsenal to get the +3?
Yeah. It's like, I think the card's absolutely fine now. Yeah, as the game's developed.
It's kind of interesting. Like, I do think, like...
ooh, Riptide would like it.
Riptide would really like it, right? Like,
yeah, never mind.
You play your first buff, and you throw it in there.
Yeah, and then you put it in.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, here's a Searing Shot for 10 on-hit draw card. It's like,
yeah, it's pretty good. But, like, I mean, that's kind of essentially what Premeditate's doing anyway. But on a go-wide turn, it's pretty good. So...
yeah. So I think you could unban it and just be a nice little sweet treat for Riptide.
And we love sweet treats.
I love a little sweet treat.
Yeah. I just had some ice cream, as a matter of fact, and it was delicious.
Oh, dude, I had a little yogurt bar. It was so delicious. It was
Oh,
like these like
nice,
little chocolate yogurt bars. Mm.
nice, nice. But I digress. Tokens. What's your favorite token?
I was gonna, I was gonna be all cool and funny, but I think it's a gold token.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I was gonna
Pop
say
it, draw a
lightning flow
card.
with no idea what it does, like as we talked about, but I was like, no, 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 no. I'm just gonna slap gold. I love gold. Nothing feels better than like activating a gold using Tunic, then activating another gold, and you're just like,
Hmm.
I'm this deck's insane. It doesn't matter what deck you're doing it with. You're just like, this deck's awesome.
I wish we still had cash in. Honestly.
I wish we had cash in, but Gravy and Marlin didn't exist. How about
True,
that?
true, true. Yeah, yeah. Golly, I always forget them. I'm like, why did we ban? I thought it was just like looped in with like the tomes. Then I realized like, oh, we were.
Yeah,
It
no,
was.
no. It looked like it, and then you're like, oh, here's Gravy. He's got 17 gold in a hook that makes gold every turn. You're like,
I know
nice.
it felt so fair in Olympia. It really did, and you're just like, this is like so good in Olympia, but like fair. And then yeah, you start thinking about stuff like that, and that's brutal. Now, in the world of Wraith, Taylor, the world in which Flesh and Blood takes place, what class and talent would you be?
I like to think of myself as a chaotic bard.
All right, all right. You play some
Yeah.
music?
Yeah. I used to be a snare player, so little drums.
Nice, nice. I played in the marching band.
Yeah, and then some in college,
Nice,
and then
nice.
I had a SoundCloud, but that's a different time ago. That's a completely different off-topic one.
Links below, folks.
Oh,
I went digging.
uh,
I was a quad player, and
eh,
yeah, and then drum major. They
ooh,
let the drum line be drum major. It was weird. It was interesting. Now, in your estimation, by whatever metric you choose, what is the greatest set of all time? This could be its effect on the
hmm.
meta, its overall aesthetic. It could be its limited gameplay.
Everfest,
All right, all right. I mean, there's bangers there.
dude. It's just all bangers. That's what it is. It's like if you go through there and you just look at it, you're like, oh, that card's still good. That card's still good. That card's still, and it's just all it is. All it is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude, check out this set with Macho, Thunderquake, Swarming. Like we could do this all day. There's like
Swing
100 cards in
big,
there that are just
wild ride.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, dude, the set was way before. Like the set could come out next set and it would still be wonderful.
Yeah. Well,
It's
minus Starvo.
oh well, no, that it would even be better then, right?
Oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, come on.
No, no, no. I see the trap you're trying to ensnare me in, Taylor.
What?
It's
There's
not
no trap here, big dog.
it's
What are you talking about?
I lived. I remember. It's funny. Like the further you get away from certain like toxic metas and toxic cards, like people start to like remember it differently. They're like, hey, maybe it wasn't that bad. No, it was that bad. Come on.
Oh, what is it? Red flags only. Flat. Was it red flags only look beige if you're looking back in rose tinted glasses or something?
I've never heard that one, but that's exactly what I'm saying here, folks.
Oh yeah, it sucked. I
Yeah.
remember registering unmovables in Briar in my 15 blue Briar deck to have a chance. Like,
Oh,
please, let me try.
what a time to be alive and playing this game. Now we're at an interesting crossroads with Flesh and Blood, and yeah, it's going to be interesting when Omens comes out. But we have a couple weeks until that happens. I don't know what the heck we're gonna do for the next couple weeks, but we're just gonna get ready for spoilers, which I think are starting to drop kind of soon, maybe in a week and a half.
I think it's a week from now, actually. I think it
Yeah,
is literally next Wednesday.
yeah, which I feel like is early, but maybe not so early. I forget when the actual world premiere is, but um, Omens comes out towards the end of May, and we just left the Pro Tour, right? And it
Hmm.
was a good. I think it was a good Pro Tour.
Hmm.
Yokohama was cool. We got to see a lot of different decks. Silver Age didn't seem too bad, to be honest, but I think, when we get to a point like this in Flesh and Blood's kind of like product cycle, it's always good to check in on the state of the game. And I figured who better to ask some questions about this than Taylor Crawford. This is someone who's in tune, right? Plugged in, and off air told me personally that talks to insiders at LSS weekly.
I like that one. That was a good one. Please, dear God, LSS, if you're listening, it's a joke. I swear to God, it's a joke.
Oh, well, they should know it's a joke.
No.
Oh, wait, unless it's definitely a joke. So let's talk about the state of the game. First, everybody's favorite format, the premier format of Flesh and Blood, and always will be, Classic Constructed. How are we feeling about Classic Constructed? It's in a weird limbo, right? We just had the Pro Tour, and there's pending bans, right? That we know are going to be, and probably not limited to, or at least they kind of made it seem like that. Mm-hmm. How you feeling?
So, in my mind, there's the three big decks as of right now. There's Mario, Ocilio, and Victor. Mm-hmm. So I'm not personally playing any paper I'm not playing any paper fab until Pro Tour Vegas. I'm taking a little paper break, to help my wife with the house and doing adult things.
Sure.
Kind of sucks.
Believe me. But I know I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. But if we're going to look at it, so we have the Erasure of Ocilio coming up with Volzair going down, Channel, and all these other good cards. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like if you want to play him, you have 4 or 5 weeks left to play this archetype of a deck before it's completely erased with the Volzair banning. Of course, Mario is going to be exactly the same as he's always going to be. And Victor might get a lot worse or might get a lot better going into Omens, depending on how oppressive Ziggy is, which is an illusionist, which are notoriously good into Guardians. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you're looking at this going forwards and you want to practice a deck going into like US Nationals, I would just recommend playing 1,000 games of Mario because that's going to be the safe 50-50 deck into everything. Mm-hmm. But like I personally have been practicing on Ira, and I kind of like Teklo Vossen. Teklo has an awful Mario matchup, but it also has an awful Ocilio matchup. Ocilio being absolutely destroyed soon. So it's like, if I have one bad matchup, dude, Teklo Vossen's kind of sweet right now, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that, like, Teklo, like, kind of showed its fangs a bit, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the funny thing about this game, because it's, like, hero-centric and, like, kind of, people kind of get attached to things, and then, like, they get excited about things. So it's like, you see a glimmer. You see a glimmer, and people are like, maybe this is it, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, like, the Eugene deck tech that they put on Flesh and Blood's main YouTube. I mean, like I've watched it. I was like, I rarely watch anything sometimes, but I was like, gotta tune in for that. Like, what's going on with this? Savage Claw and Ballbreaker, sign me up. What kind of madness is this? So like, I think that's
insane.
Yeah, it was so cool. So like, that's kind of the interesting thing. I think you touched on something, good there. That like, yeah, we have like some openings here. I think for what's going on now. You would take Marionette to Nationals.
Oh yeah, dude. It's just like it has no actual like 35%ers. It's all just 45 to 55. That it just does everything good. That's like it's a whole shtick.
Yeah.
It's just like the baseline of what a good fab deck should be. It's not very polarizing one way or the other. I mean, other than it beats the living crap out of like Teklo Vossen.
Yeah.
But other than that, though, I mean, it's just like the safest pick possible. But then, like, you have these like cool side picks. You have like possibly Valda's looking pretty decent. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, Gravy is like this deck that always looks good until it shits the bed, and then it does really well, and then it repeats this process over and over again. It's
Yeah.
like, Dio? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think I was talking about this the other day, but I think Dash IO is one of those decks that somehow can win the really terrible matchups, right? Like it's just that deck, right? So like if I wanted to like I feel like obviously the specialists are gonna do great on Dio, but if I wanted to like commit some time to something, it'd probably be Marionette, but also Dash IO would be really, really interesting to me because, you know, all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, a couple boom grenades in a max V turn. Yeah, sign me up for that. That sounds incredible.
Oh yeah. And like the Sam Sutherland list is not even playing max velocity anymore. But they're like, yeah, I don't know if you, dude, it's sweet the way they're doing a prismatic lens and they're like looping things at the end of the game and they're hyper scrapping for like 13 dominate to kill them with like a boom grenade. Dude, that deck is awesome.
Yeah, it really is, and it's like it's probably not with us for very long, right? I mean,
no,
it's got to be
all.
Is it the closest now? I don't even have the Living Legend up right now, but I don't know what we have that could LL it this soon. But
let me see. I'm pulling it up. So I believe that like I sat down with my team. We predicted that Victor, Dio, and Prism. Oh, Prism's at 951.
Oh yeah, Prism's really close. Yeah.
Prism's gone after Nat season. I mean, she's just gone. She got to win like 2 Nats and she's out. And then Dio's at 830. So, you know, she's close. She's going to win a few Nats. It's kind of her thing. Victor's at 824. And then Phi is at 856, but he's just kind of being chilling.
Yeah.
He's just kind of there. So maybe Phi could be decent one day. I don't know how many Art of Wars I need to print, but 2 or 3 more.
Maybe, yeah, a couple more. Yeah, I think, Phi's going to find his way probably through a couple Road to Nats and ProQuest seasons. I mean, that's just like kind of how it's going to go. Like, not with a bang, but with a whimper. You know, but to be fair, like, Phi did win a world championship. So, like, you know.
Maybe we just unban Stubby Hammers.
What would that, so like obviously that would be good for Phi, but like what else should
Syndra.
we be worried? Yeah, Syndra would be
that's even better though. You know what? Get Syndra out here too. I don't want any Draconic Ninjas for a bit.
Well, funny enough, I don't think Syndra could even really play it because they want the flick knives, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean you're probably right, but like see, look, dude, Stubby Hammers is the perfect unban for Phi.
Just unban it. Listen,
Bolton could use it in a funny way. I don't know how, but I think he could figure it out.
We could figure it out for Bolton. Bolton's close, as they've been saying for a long time.
I was on a team with Josh Lau. I've heard that 1,000 times. He's like, "This is it. This is the time.
This is the time." Now, I'm just wanting to bring up the cards that are, I guess, definitively getting banned at a minimum. Channel Lightning Valley, Electromagnetic Somersault, Phantom Tide Maul, Reaping Blade, Skyward Serenade, and Volzar, the Lightning Rod. So that's a lot, right? Like, you know, the overall vibe of the decks that we're going to like be seeing in Omens change drastically. What did that ban list tell you for CC?
The one card in there that made me take like 3 takes at it was I want to know what Tide Maul is doing on that list. Because as of right now, we don't have a way for Ziggy to translate onboard ward into offensive value with the weapon that we've seen in Ziggy's ability. But Tide Maul is a card that actively wants you to use the +1/+1 counters and the ward as an offensive thing. At least that's what it's been stocked for in other decks. So either there's a way that Ziggy gets offensive value from ward by swinging it or in some capacity, something like that. Maybe they were scared, was it Refractor? That's a possibility.
True.
But the second thing is, or maybe Ziggy uses +1/+1 counters as some type of resource, and
Perhaps.
Tide Maul was just going to be like the best sync for that in the kit. But we don't know until the whole set's out. But Tide Maul is just like so interesting.
Yeah. I think I made a joke that it's like somebody out there was specking on Tide Maws and they lost their mind.
Dude, they got like 300 and they're just crying.
Yeah, 300. It cost them $3 to get that 300, but but yeah, it should be interesting. Obviously, Channel Lightning Valley, hilarious that's going because it's very good, and we saw what it could do. Electromagnetic Somersault. I always like that card, so it's kind of sad to see that one go. I always like that its defensive abilities and its offensive abilities. And then Volzar leaving is huge, right? Like Acilio just won the Pro Tour, and that Acilio just doesn't have its like signature weapon anymore. So
yeah,
it's a little strange.
It's a weird one. I think they're just taking away like that whole wizard combo archetype from the game for a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of like with the Wildfire Tome Kano. And they're just going to give us something to play around with. And maybe there's another way to combo that we haven't seen yet. But it looks like they're just trying to give it like a different identity going forward. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do.
Yeah, I've been running into like Waning Moon Osilios on Talishar for the past week. So
Dude, people are getting there deep. Holy.
yeah. They're trying. Now, moving on to Silver Age, I thought that it was a good showing for that format at the Pro Tour. I feel like seeing like 7 different heroes in the top 8 is cool. I mean, young hero formats aren't everybody's favorite, but I think Silver Age is probably in a decent spot. But the big question mark is with this format is how is the voting going to go? Because we're going to get our first round of Silver Age voting.
Yes. Oh, me and Pankaj actually talked about this when he was on the podcast. He's like, it's kind of weird that they're doing it for everybody to vote because it gives the content creators so much more like ability to kind of rule the ban list. Hey, I think we should ban this here, and then they go on to these like 30-minute talks about this, and it allows people to be influenced that way instead of like more about like what their experiences are. But I do think that like looking at like the 3 heroes, I think we are going to see like Ira banned, probably. I really want KO to be banned, and I know that's funny because there's like no KOs and KO's nowhere. But KO is this weird hero where he didn't destroy the meta or he didn't do anything, but the whole meta was warped around beating KO. Like every deck was in the meta was either beating KO or beats the decks that are beating KO, and it was like this vicious circle like that.
Yeah,
and that was something I noticed, and I would like to see what happens if you just remove that. But I'd like for Sage, I just want Briar gone. I just think that's a miserable design. I want to see Ira gone. And honestly, KO or Oldham.
Okay.
How about you?
I actually want KO to stay because it's the deck I've built, but and I'm selfish. But I think Briar is a definite. I would like to see Kano go, to be honest.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because that one just feels also like in a similar boat as KO, where like you kind of have to have this like weird plan for it, and it's always like the thing that I've never really liked about Kano. It's just like, it's like, do I have the plan or do I ignore the plan? And I hate like having that gut feeling because like the time, like it just always felt like the time you had the plan, you don't run into the Kanos, and then the time you're like, I'm not going to run into any, you run into 3. So like I'd feel like that, but like interesting that like you and Pankaj were kind of talking about that, like in the influence that we have, right? The content creators. I guess we will see with this first round of voting, but like I feel like that it doesn't really matter. I think the people are going to vote for the thing that they got the most angry at losing to, right?
Oh, rest in peace, Kano.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, like you went to your Silver Age Pro Quest and you're gonna be like, golly, it's like the Kano blew me up and it knocked me out of top 8. And like, that's definitely getting my vote. And like, yeah, you might listen to some other people, but like, I think that's how it's really gonna go. But we will see. That'd be funny if some like really crazy stuff gets voted out. Skur's too good, but
I do like that though. It's like Kano's one of those heroes though that just like no matter how you prep, and even if you super prepped, sometimes he can just give you that really good feels bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, the only way I lose here is double red Amirda. Activate Kano, red Amirda. You're like, there's no way. Activate Kano. Oh my god, I hate this hero so much. I swear to God.
Yeah.
What? I have AB3 Spell Void 2 and I lose the game from 9? What? And that's like, no, sorry, buddy. Good game, man.
Yeah, GG. See you later. It's like, so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I think we'll probably see some mix of those heroes. And I'm interested to see, like, I guess LSS will make the decision on who they want out based on how the votes go. Like, obviously, we don't know what order they're going to do that. They probably have, like, a list.
Yeah, like a picking order.
Yeah. So
I also like the idea. It's actually just James White. He loses in the finals of like the LSS, like little fun cup that they do internally, and he's like, yeah, Florian, yeah, fuck that dude, out, right there.
Yeah, James might be that kind of guy. I guess we'll see. And this is actually all coming from your inside mole.
If Florian gets banned internally, I'm like, I don't know anything about this. I swear to God.
You're gonna be messaging me like, delete the episode. I'm like,
I can't do this. I can't do the heat.
It's staying up. Now, a couple other things. Balance. How you feeling about the balance of the game right now? Because it's a delicate balance, or delicate like task to balance a card game, right?
It is the most fragile thing in the world. Like, you mess with one little thing on a web and the whole web comes down with it. Mm-hmm. For Sage, I think for a 20 life format, they absolutely executed it perfectly. And I think we have to give them more props, because I know whenever they did the last banning, everyone was screaming KO.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was like, holy crap, dude, they didn't ban any cards out of KO. And then they released that, it's in the Armory deck thing. And I was like, still not a fan of that balancing reason. Yeah. But you guys did nail it on the bans for that. Mm-hmm. Regarding CC, I think balance-wise, it's been good. It's been very fair. It's been a very open meta. You have like 12% Mario as your most represented and stuff like that. But when it comes down to design, I'm a little bit different than that, because I don't like the polarization of some of the heroes.
Sure.
Some heroes feel so polarizing that it's kind of like, even you just have to bring like that 50-50 deck like Mario and just outplay your opponents. But it's harder to bring like a Marlin, a Bolton, stuff like that, because you have so many 0-100 matches that like if you get paired into it, you just automatically win, and vice versa. When in the beginning of the game, we didn't have that many polarizing games. And I feel like as times went by, polarization has become a little bit more recognized and accepted in the game of Fab, which is fine, because you could play decks that don't have that kind of polarization. But like if you play like Ocilio and your opponent reveals like Dio, you're like, oh my god, this is a 25-75%er. And it just always feels bad, because then you're just like in the hands of like the gym gods, no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do love the meta for itself, and I think that they executed it very well, and I think that there's nothing truly overpowered in the meta right now. I think like having, Ocilio, which is like your combo aggro deck, then your Mario, which is your mid-range disruption, and then your Victor as your control kind of brutish heavy defense deck, just has been wonderful for the last 3 or 4 months. And then having these underdogs like Gravy Bones being able to eat the victors, and and kind of having game into Mario and then losing to the Celio. So you have that like perfect little triangle. And then you have the decks that can beat 2 of the 3 or 1 of the 3 and then beats the other decks around it, so forth and so on. I think it's a really healthy meta game, and I've been really happy to have been playing it for the last couple of months.
Yeah, and I do think we were probably primed for whatever switch up the Omens like release will do, because like like what was it like the world's meta, they switched things up because like we've been playing the same meta forever, right? Like so I'm interested to see how they do it. I'm a fan of how the balance goes. I like that you touched on the polarization stuff, because like I play decks that have 0% into some stuff. Right?
Same,
like,
buddy. Same.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it is what it is. I'm just like, sometimes I'll play it out, sometimes I'll be like, GG, you got it. But the gem gods got to be kind to you. Now, design kind of goes into the balance thing, but looking at Omens, like, is this going to be okay? Like 3 lightning heroes and 3 very like historically strong classes?
So I've been thinking about this, and it's like the scariest thing from these bans, outside of like the channel and the Somersault and everything, was that they didn't nerf Mario. They didn't like preemptively ban just like Toxin or something like that, meaning that they think that these heroes are going to be strong enough against Mario that people are going to want to be able to buy them and play them at a calling, ProQuest, RTNs against their meta that they are theoretically thinking about. So that means that, like, in my mind, these decks are very strong, because like I would be thinking they're a lot weaker if they banned Toxin. That sounds
There's
funny.
still time though. There's still time because they yeah. Because they said they're not. It's at a minimum that the ones that they announced, right?
Yeah.
So they could, do Torrential Toxin, but I think you're on the right track there.
Yeah, because I know they just recently got the Blue Pitch guys, and I know that they've probably been testing the crap out of this next meta and everything, and they're they're insanely good players. I played them in the Card Guys Blue Pitch show matches a few times, and them playing against Mario and then seeing that initial ban is like, oh, there's nothing banned out of Mario. So that means that LSS thinks that these decks can compete with Mario to sell boxes, because at the end of the day, they are still a company and they do have to sell boxes.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was like, they're playing against Mario and they're going, yeah, this deck competes in this meta that we can theorize right now. And also, that's the internal decks. Once you give out all these cards to 25 to 50,000 people, within 2 days, you've had more time testing these cards than they ever could internally.
Yeah. So
it's like, you guys are really trusting that, that these decks can compete with Mario and not just blow everything out of the water.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm getting, I'm going to be honest with you, pal. I'm getting a little nervous because I'm getting flashbacks of part the misfail. It's like, oh,
you can say it. This is a safe space. You can say misfail.
part the misfail. I'm like, what is going on here? And because it feels like we've been kind of going into a power down, but that's the thing. When things power down a little bit, there's always going to be a spike somewhere. So we'll see if this is it. Now, outside of that, peripherals, these are things are they doing enough to help fans of the game? Lore is something that I think that we could all use more of. Even if you're not into lore, I think it's important to have for a game that its own IP, right? So what are your thoughts there on the other stuff with the game?
Yeah.
And what Flesh and Blood does?
So getting eyes on the game, of course, is, how you make fans and everything. And I think with Sage has been great. I like the trailers that we saw. I don't know if you did you see the trailer where they're fighting in the game store and there's Fi versus Guardian, and the Fi's punching him and he just takes it and just hits him with a big hammer and stuff. I was like, that was adorable. That was an absolute killer trailer. Love that. I love the trailers that they always do for each set when they start showing off, the Gravy Bones old one and stuff like that. And then they always push those to social. So that's always a fun little factoid there. If you go look on their YouTube, every video is 10 to 15,000, and then the trailers are 200,000 because they push so many ads on so many devices because they're always trying to push those. I would like to see a second lore book.
Yeah,
that's something that you mentioned. I would love to see that. I would love them to talk about. I know there's a lot of classes classes that they like mentioned in the first lore book we still haven't touched upon. It's been like 6 years. I just want like a little teaser. Like when am I going to get my was it cleric and druid? Just
druid
give me like a little.
Yeah, come on.
Dude, second coming of Verdance would be a slap of a druid. I was like, what, like an earth druid?
Yeah.
Still get to play Felony Crown. I was like, look, come on.
Bring back Crown of Seeds while you're at it too.
Okay, well, it was nice being on today.
No. None of that. But yeah, no. Like cleric, druid. What else? We never really got alchemist. I think that was one that was also in the lore book as well. Just like lore articles would be nice to see. There is an alchemist card.
Was it high current currency? Yeah. That has a guy doing alchemy on it.
True. Turning stuff into gold, pretty cool.
That's what I did. I saw that. And I was like, oh, it's coming. It's got the mech guy doing alchemist stuff. I'm locked in, baby.
I mean, yeah, because unfortunately they're gonna have to return to metrics at some point. So we're gonna have to
patiently waiting. Lore book would be awesome. A Netflix series? No.
Comic books. What else?
Ooh. Oh yeah. Alpha Clash did comic books. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but Old Magic has these old books. Like when they did like Urza's Saga, they did novels, like actual the actual novel books with like the story in it. I think that would be I think that'd be awesome.
I think
we can.
When they stopped doing that for Magic, people were like, I think it was such a missed opportunity, right? And like, I think that I've always said that we should get that in Flesh and Blood because I think readings. Listen, you know what's crazy? This is like total aside. But like I was working, I was in a store that's one of my accounts, and they're like, "Oh, we're moving next month." I'm like, "Oh, where are you going?" We're going to Crosstown, whatever. I'm like, "What's going to go here? This is a big spot." And like, a new Barnes and Noble. I'm like, "A new Barnes and Noble?" Like that's how good books are doing. Books are back, baby. So LSS, you might not know what a Barnes and Noble is, but it's a pretty big bookseller chain in the States.
Are Barnes and Noble in New Zealand?
What are you messaging your mole in LSS?
He says he's never seen one.
Yeah, what's that? Is that a crime fighting duo, Barnes and Noble? But all right.
That was a good one, dude. I'll write that one down for later.
Yeah, good. But what's the outlook here? Everything good? The game's not dying?
It's not dying yet.
Not yet. Is it gonna die?
No. I think it always is really scary though, because for some apparent reason you like watch a calling in America and it's like 300 people, but then over in Europe it's like 950, and you're like, where is everybody in America? But then you go online and you look at ticket prices for gas, and you're like, oh, it was $480 to fly 3 hours. Okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough out there. And then like once you start like looking at like Europe, you start realizing that everything is a train ride away. And you're like, oh, it's just everybody, all Flesh and Blood players in Europe just get to go to all the callings. And then I have to spend $1,000 to go to Vegas. Oh my God.
Oh, that's so brutal. I'm lucky I got a great plane ticket to Minneapolis. I was like, oh, perfect.
Dude, but living the dream. Oh.
Yeah. Well, we just got to get LSS to invest in high-speed railways here in the States.
You know what? That would be a crazy private equity idea right there. LSS splits off into like another LSS, and they just buy Barnes and Nobles and high-speed railways.
Yeah, forget the books. We need trains, actually. Trains now. But yeah, no, I think the game's not dying. It's not going to die. It's just too good. I think the game's just too good, honestly, in the end of the day. But we do have a couple listener questions for you, Taylor. Are you ready for them?
I'm always ready.
These come from the Buds Discord, free for anybody to join if you're ever interested in asking some questions. Sigma has 3 questions. First, like Nathan, the other Crawford, interesting, you are open-minded in playing different lower-tier heroes and explore avenues of what most usually won't. How important is brewing, having fun, and exploring dark horse angles more than trying hard for you?
Okay, yeah. I very rarely ever play the best deck, and I have some successes with just playing like a side deck or something. For me, that's kind of like the whole fun of the game is to find a way to attack a meta that no one expects. To show up to a tournament and then, they're like, oh, Taylor's on, Riptide this week. And you're like, what? He's on Riptide? That's insane. Why is he on Riptide? And then you top 32 and they're like, oh my God, he did so well, blah, blah, blah. But no, for me, the fun of Fab is not the actual gameplay. For me, it's actually figuring out how to fit a puzzle piece into a puzzle that's already solved and going, yeah, I did that right there. It's like, I brought Marlin to Worlds in day 2, and I was like, this is the greatest day of my life. I was like, this is so sick.
Yeah, there's a sense of, like, you're the hero, right? You're the beacon of hope, which is pretty
also
cool.
The secret is that's how you keep your ego really high, is because if you do bad, you then go, well, I played a really bad deck. This was expected. But then you play really good and you're like, oh my God, this is the greatest day ever. So you go in with no expectations. But if you bring the best deck and you don't day 2 or something, you're like, I'm an awful player. Everyone else is doing so good with this deck. So that's how you keep a good sanity check too.
I fully understand this whole mindset because this is how I approach everything. The second question from Sigma is kind of related. Does having a team force you to change doing what you love most in TCGs, like playing heroes you wouldn't like to play just to spike tournaments?
No. So that's the funny part. My team will tell me I am very incorrect. Team Breakpoints, we have a few good members like Kevin Murphy, me, I guess, Zach, Agroblaze 96, Sam Young, and all those guys. I will go into the chat and be like, hey, I'm going to play this deck. And then I'll just have like 6 messages going, why? Please don't. Please don't. Why? Please don't. And I don't and they kind of accept it at this point. But like having a team is also a really good sanity check because it allows you to have an idea that, hey, I'm going to play this deck and I'm not expecting to actually do good. And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like what I enjoy about being a team. It's like the other guys are doing great. Emma just top 4'd the Calling in Memphis, I believe, on Dio. And then I think he also had a good run at the Pro Tour, top 64'd. Kevin lost a winning in for top 8 of the Calling. So like we do keep each other in check, but they don't ever force. We don't ever force each other to play it like a good deck due to winning, because we kind of just do what we want to do.
That's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Is it the right way to do it? Who knows? No. But it is the best.
It's definitely not. I've watched the good teams. It's definitely not.
And then a final question from Sigma is, you recently put Rhinar in a higher tier than most would. Do you think he should be explored more, or is he mostly specialist for specialists?
He's a specialist for specialists. I have him in like Marlin, and there's certain decks that like I expect like the top 10% to do really well, and the rest of the field to kind of just gas themselves out playing. Like Dio is always a deck that I'm like, if we're going into like a Victor heavy meta deck, I always expect the top Dios to do well because they know the recipe to beating Victors while the average player doesn't. And then like Marlins and stuff like that. So for me, Rhinar is one of those decks that people show up, and if you are and you know how to roll Scavskins and you know the math behind every roll like Eugene does, you're going to do well in very specific metas. And that's why I always put it a little bit higher. I'm really glad that Eugene also made me look like I knew what I was talking about for 1 week. So that was great. Thank you, Eugene.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of Eugene C playing Rhinar, and it's like magical, because like it's just like you see the equations happening above his head,
He actually beat me in my winning in for day 2 in Memphis.
Really? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, it was brutal because like he goes down to 2, he's got like 3 cards in hand, and I'm at like 7, and he's like scav skins. I was like, oh my god, not like
Here
this.
it goes.
Check. I was like, okay, cool game, dude. Yeah, I'll cry.
Yeah. Eugene, great guy. Even better Reinhardt player. Next question comes from William Table and Legs Knuckles, who asks, "What's up?"
What's up, dude? Dude, that's my homie. I just did. Me and you just did the tome cube with him. Dude, that was a blast.
That was a lot of fun.
I'm glad that they finally put the shapeshifter in there. I think with a couple more tweaks, it could be Talishar ready.
Yeah, it was close. But
it was close.
But that was a lot of fun. I mean, when the Iris of Reality chain came together, I was like, this is all right. I'm a believer now, William. I'm a believer now. And then finally, we have Capola, who asks, if we ever get an Earthling hero that's just your average Joe, what would he do in order to compete with the heroes of Wraith?
Just give him a Glock.
Well, listen, I mean, like, Dash gets a Glock, and it's just not.
Oh, no, I'm talking like a real.
Like a real
I'm talking,
Glock.
He's like, yeah, like in the middle of a game, you can equip like an AR-15.
Oh my god, yeah. Well, that probably
I'll play Reload. Oh god, no.
No. Yeah, literally never has to enter the arena. Is just like a sniper shot away.
Dude, that's what I'm thinking, dog. Dude, do you know how sick that would be?
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
What? Come on. Dude, can you imagine Astilio? It's like, oh, what happened to Astilio? Just got shot. It's like, what?
Part of me thinks that Astilio might be immune to.
I was thinking about that too.
What was that?
Okay. I said, I thought the same thing, but if you start thinking about it, how much damage can the metal do before it starts breaking?
True.
Is he the ball of energy or is he the metal?
I don't know. That's a good question. Call in, folks. This is a real humdinger. Is Astilio the ball of energy, or is he the metal fragments?
Is the Kool-Aid Man the liquid inside, or is he the glass? I need to know.
Yeah, this is the age-old question. Holy moly! Well, Taylor, this was a blast. You're a lot of fun to talk to. I feel like I've known you for my whole life, and it's just been magical. Can you please plug all of your things so that people can know where to find you and the stuff that you do? And yeah, thank you.
Oh, you can find my podcast at AgroBlaze96. We do a weekly podcast called Breakpoints, where we interview people, or we just have episodes where we're shooting the shit and talking. And that's literally all we do. We'll talk about some fab things occasionally, but usually we want to get people on in the community that we want to chat with, that that people don't get that usually don't get to hear talk that much. Like this week we had Evan Herndon, which just won the Pro Tour. We just put out a podcast with him, and it's cool because like outside of the winners interview, most people don't know who he is. I mean, other than a calling winner and a Pro Tour winner.
And like, US Nats winner.
Oh yeah, and US Nats finalist too.
He won US Nats, right?
No, he won, but the year before that he was the finalist that lost to Charles Dunn.
Oh my god. Evan. Sounds like you're a pretty good player, my friend.
Dude, yeah. No. That's pretty much where you can find me. You can find me on Discord if you go into purple and you just type in Taylor Crawford, you can just find me. Just smack talking people. Just absolutely. I'll just go in there and I'll be like, you're wrong. Like, who are you? And I'm like, check out Breakpoints. And that's how I get views.
Oh, really?
It's a whole process. Yeah.
Golly, I got to try that. You're wrong. Like, we're not looking at your podcast, Tommy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Dang it, dude.
Okay, you were right. How about now? I'll do whatever you want. But cool. Please do check out Breakpoints and anything that Taylor does. Obviously, great bud here. You can all continue to find me on mostly Blue Sky at freshbudspod. If you are watching on the YouTube, give us the old like, comment, subscribe. And if you're listening on like Spotify or whatever, you can go in and like rate usually. I think you can even comment on Spotify. I don't know if I'm looking at them, but you can do it. And then Bud's Discord, free for anybody to join. And check out the Patreon, as well as Fresh Juice, an indie game podcast I do with my cousin every week. And next week we're going to be playing Vampire Crawlers, the deck builder from Vampire Survivors. And it's sick.
Okay, tangent here. That's
Yes.
actually what I just got done doing before I came here. You texted me, are we still on? And I'm on my couch playing it. I'm like, hold on, please not now.
It's fun.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. And every time you finish a run, you're like, I've unlocked 7 things, and I'm like 3 hours in, 4 hours in, I'm still just unlocking 15 things every run. I'm like, oh, this is a drug.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But yeah, check all that out. It's in the show notes below. And Taylor, finally, I like to end every episode talking about food, because I love food. It's the great unifier. What is some food you want to shout out, talk about?
Okay.
Craving?
Sticky toffee pudding is the best dessert in the world, and I will fist fight anybody that disagrees.
Oh, golly.
Dude, I'm passionate about my sticky toffee pudding.
Okay, all right. I mean, I'm going to say I disagree, but I don't want to fist fight you, but I believe
okay to be
that
wrong,
you think
buddy.
it.
It's okay to be wrong, okay?
I know it's okay to be wrong. You are right now. So,
bone marrow is really good. Underrated.
sure.
Yeah. Have you ever had bone marrow?
Yeah, I have. It's delicious. Yeah.
It's like a meat butter. That's what I tell everybody. It's like meat butter. They're like,
I don't know if
they're
that's
like,
selling
dude,
it.
just try it. I see, exactly. They're like, that's like the worst selling point you can have. And I'm like, it's so good though.
Yeah,
What's your favorite food?
my favorite food?
Yeah.
You want to hear my favorite dessert?
Yo, anything, dude. Just tell me about food. I am a big foodie. If you don't know,
Cannolis are probably my favorite dessert of all time. Although I am a big ice cream guy, but like, there's this place in Boston called Mike's Pastries. If you're ever there, you gotta check out their cannolis. They're so good. They changed my life for the better. I think. So I love cannolis.
Are you from Boston?
No, I'm from New Jersey. But whenever I'm in Boston, which I go to relatively often, got to hit Mike's Pastries. But I love pizza. And I've talked about it on the show before, but I think the most like generally undiscovered and not talked about style of pizza is the Trenton tomato pie. This is, from New Jersey's capital, Trenton. There's a place called Di Lorenzo's, which used to be in Trenton, and Trenton got too dangerous, so they moved out of Trenton. They're in Robbinsville, New Jersey now. And it is seriously the best pizza I've ever had. Go there, get extra sausage, and it's just, you just sit there and you're just like, oh, you feel like this like ball of garlic in your stomach, but you feel good. Yeah. It's awesome.
It looks really similar to like New Haven style almost.
Yeah, it's like a thinner crust. Not a lot of cheese, right? Because it's tomato pie. Like they sprinkle some cheese, but
it's good.
Yeah, it's banging. But yeah, that's some food.
Okay. But are you going to Vegas?
No, only Minneapolis, unless something drastically changes. And by drastically change, somebody is paying for me to go to Vegas. But
so you should So what's the Patreon again? So people can like make sure that they can give you money.
It's my Patreon. It's in the show. It's in the Linktree below, folks.
Click there so we can go to Vegas together. I'll get you some sticky toffee pudding.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that Vegas has the best sticky toffee pudding in the world. It's a top tier. But on that note, unfortunately, we don't have time for Charmer, but we'll get to him eventually. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Taylor. Please
of course.
stay fresh.